Hi learners, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to see the part 2 of the third chapter, that is the square and square roots. So now we have already done one exercise, we'll do the second exercise, but before starting with the second exercise, that is 3B, we'll see the properties. So these properties are going to be helpful while solving that exercise. So what are the properties of the perfect square? So a number ending in, suppose there is a number which ends with the units place digit, or also called as the ones place digit. If it has 2, 3, 7 or 8 is never a perfect square. A number ending in an odd number of zeros is never a perfect square. The square of an even number is even. Square of an odd number is odd. Or the square of a proper fraction, you know the proper fraction, where the denominator will be less than the numerator, will be less than the denominator. And improper is going to be the numerator will be greater than the denominator. So a square of a proper fraction is smaller than the fraction. Because suppose we are writing here 2 by 3. This is a proper fraction. So it will definitely, this will be less than the fraction. For every natural number n, we have this formula you have to remember. N plus 1 whole bracket square minus n square is n plus 1 plus n. You have to learn this formula as well. Sum of first and odd natural numbers is n square. Again, here this formula you are going to need it. Here, if m and p are natural numbers such that m square plus n square is equal to p square, then m and p is called Pythagorean triplet. Now see here, for every natural number which m is greater than 1, 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1 is a Pythagorean triplet. So we'll see how to solve this one. Now see here it's given. Give reason to show that none of the numbers given below is a perfect square. Now we have seen the properties. Again, you can have a look at it and you have to note it in your book. So now what we can see, this is, here the ending number is 2. So we have seen in the first property, the ending number, if it is 2, 3, 7 and that is not a perfect square. So they have asked to give the reasons. So here what we can write here, so not a perfect square we can write. The reason you have to write, because the number ends with 2. So which is not a perfect square. Now for the next one, again we can see the ending number is 3. So this is also not a perfect square. Because the number ends with 3. Which is not a perfect square. Now here 7, you can also write here 7, you know the rule that it is not a perfect square because the number ends with 7, which is not a perfect square. That you can write it over here, the same thing. Only you have to write in place of 3 and 2, you have to write 7. Whereas the explanation is the same. Here again, here you can see 8. You will say it's not a perfect square because the number ends with 8, which is not a perfect square, that you are going to write it. Again, here what you can see, 0 is not a perfect square because the number, here what is the reason here? So this I'll give you, is not a perfect square because the number ends in odd number of zeros, which is never a perfect square. So here again, this is also not a perfect square, because number ends in odd number of zeros, which is never a perfect square. So now again here, you will same thing, because there are so many zeros over here. So the same thing you will write this one, that because it ends in odd number of zeros, which is not a perfect square. So you can write this one. So now we have the second question: which of the following are squares of even numbers? So here, actually, here we know the squares of an even number is always a even number. So here we can say here 196. So here 196 is the square of a even number. Then we can see here 441, it's not. Then we can say for 900, so we can write here 196, 900, and then this is not. So 196 and 900 is a square of even number. Because 30 30s will be 900, and here this is going to be what? 14 14s will be 196. So that is a square of even number. Which are the following are squares of the odd numbers? Now which one will be the odd numbers? This is not, because even you can see the ending is here 4. So you will have 961, then 8649 and 4225. So you can put a tick mark over here. This is not. Now without adding, find the sum. So now how are you going to do this one? We can see here they said without adding, find the sum of this one, 1 plus 3. So we have, how many numbers are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 numbers. So we have 7 odd numbers. So what we can do here, without adding, we have to find, means what will you do here? So we have, this is n square. So 7 numbers means we will write here, since it ends with 13 and 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 is the sum. How many numbers are there? Total 7 numbers. First 7, and they are the odd numbers. Can you see? 1, 3, 5, 7, they are the odd numbers. Therefore, its sum is equal to, because we have 7 numbers, is equal to 7 square, and that is going to be, the answer is going to be 49. Now let us see for the next one. Or here, how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we can also write here n as 10. So what will you write here? First, sum of first plus 7 means you can also write here n as 10. So sum is equal to what? We can write a formula n square. So n square is 10 square, and that is going to be 100. You can also write this way. So here also, if you want, you can write here sum is equal to, you can put 1, that will be n square. So in this one, the next one, it says that these are, again, you can see that they are the odd numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can write here n is 12. So therefore sum is n square. So that is going to be 12 square, and that will be 12 square is 144. You can also put a bracket over here if you want. That will be 144. Now express 81 as the sum of 9 odd numbers. So 9 odd numbers means 81, you can write this as 9 square. So this is going to be, we want 9 odd numbers. So 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17. You can count the numbers and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the answer. Next one here, express 100 as the sum of 10 odd numbers. So 100 is going to be 10 odd numbers means this is going to be 10 square. So this is going to be 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19. And again you can add, cross check, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is correct. So now we'll see the next one. Write a Pythagorean triplet whose smallest number is 6. So we have seen in the properties what we have done. So for the Pythagorean triplet means we have to write the formula, that is, we know that 2m m square minus 1 and m square plus 1 is a Pythagorean triplet where we can write m is greater than 1. So this we have to write it. So now here it's given, this is given as 6. So we can write here one number is equal to 6. So 2m we can write here, that is 6. So m is going to be what? Therefore m is, 2m is 6. So this is multiplication over here. So m is going to be 6 divided by 2. That is going to be 3. So here then we can write m square minus 1. Because now see we got 2m as 3. So m square minus 1. So m square minus 1 will be what we are going to get here. M we got as 3. So 3 square minus 1. That will be 9 minus 1. That is going to be 8. And here again what will you write here? We want m square plus 1. So we'll write here m square plus 1. That is going to be 3 square plus 1. That is going to be 9 plus 1. That is going to be 10. So now what are the what numbers will we get here? So we have the one number is 6, 8 and 10. Hope that is clear, because they said the smallest number is 6. So the smallest we can write, the smallest is 6. So we can write here, therefore Pythagorean triplet is 6, 8 and 10. Hope that is clear. So now we'll see for the next one. For this one, what we'll get here, 2m is 14, because you know this is the Pythagorean triplet we have to start with this one. 2m m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. So let us start. 2m is 14. So m is going to be 14 divided by 2. We can also write here that is going to be 7. So m is 7. So now here therefore m square minus 1. So that is going to be what? 7 square minus 1. So that is going to be 49 minus 1, that is 48. And m square plus 1, that will be 7 square plus 1, that will be 49 plus 1. So that is going to be 50. So therefore Pythagorean triplet will be wow. The smallest number is given as the start, what is given in the equation, that is 14. And then you got this one, 48 and 50. So now let us see for 16. So 2m is 16. So m is going to be 16 divided by 2, and that is going to be 8. So now therefore we can write m square minus 1. 8 square, this will be minus 1, that will be 16 minus 1, that is going to be 60, sorry for that, that square of it. So 64 minus 1, that is going to be 63, and m square plus 1 is going to be 8 square plus 1, that will be 64 plus 1, and that is going to be 65. So now what will you write? Therefore Pythagorean triplet is which is the smallest number, that is given as 16, 63 and 65. Now let us see for 20, that is 2m is 20. So therefore m is equal to 20 divided by 2, that will be 10. Now we will write m square minus 1, that will be 10 square minus 1, that is going to be 100 minus 1, that will be 99. M square plus 1, that is going to be 10 square plus 1. Therefore that is going to be 100 plus 1, that will be 101. Therefore Pythagorean triplet is equal to, which one is that? That is 20, the first number is 20, 99 and 101. So now here they have given evaluate 38 square minus 37 square. So here we have the one formula given in the, you can check the properties over here. So that is given as n plus 1 whole bracket square minus n square is n plus 1 plus n. So now what are you going to do here? We are not going to evaluate, means we are not going to multiply directly. We are going to use that formula. So what are you going to write here? N we will consider, first we'll write the formula. We have n plus 1 whole bracket square minus n square is n plus 1 plus n. So here n we will consider this as 37, because here with the small number is 37. So here there are two numbers, 38 and 37. So we'll consider the n as 37. And this n plus 1 is going to be what? That will be 37 plus 1, that will be 38. So now what are you going to write here? 38 square minus 37 square. So this is going to be what? Can you see for this one? That will be n plus 1. So what is n plus 1? N plus 1 we got here as 38. So we'll write here 38 plus, what is this? Plus n. So what is n is 37. So we'll write here plus 37, and which is equal to, when you add these both, you will get 75. So you don't have to do direct multiplication, but you have to use this formula and get the answer. Now look at here. Again here for this formula, we are not going to keep on writing the formula again and again, but you can write it if you want for a practice, but in the exam you have to write this formula. But now since we have many problems, now we are not going to keep on writing the formula. So now here what you have, so the smaller number is here, this is 75 and here is 74. So now you will write here n is 74. So here n plus 1 will be what? 74 plus 1, that is going to be 75. So now we are going to use the formula. What is the formula here? That is, we are going to use here n plus 1 plus n. So we'll write here 75 square minus 74 square is equal to n plus 1 means 75 plus 74, and which is, when you add this both number, that will be 149. Now again here, what is n? The smaller number is 91 and n plus 1 will be 91 plus 1, that will be 92. So therefore 92 square minus 91 square, this is n plus 1 plus n. So n plus 1 is 92 plus 91. So this is going to be 183. Now we will look for this one. Here n is 104 and n plus 1 is 104 plus 1, that is 105. So what are you going to write here? 105 square minus 104 square, that is going to be what? N plus 1, that is 105 and plus n. So this is going to be 104. So the answer is 209. Now here the smaller number is 140. So you will write n is 140 and n plus 1 will be 140 plus 1, that will be 141. So therefore 141 square minus 140 square, that is going to be n plus 1 plus n. So this is going to be 281. Now again the smaller number is 217 and here n plus 1 is going to be 217 plus 1, that will be 218. So 218 square minus 217 square, that will be n plus 1 means 218 and plus n. So when you add this one, you will get 435. Now you are going to use this one using the formula. This is the formula. A plus b whole bracket square is, you know this formula, a square plus 2ab plus b square. We have to evaluate this number. So first thing, this we have to bring in the form of a plus b. So what we will do, this we can split up into 300 plus 10 and whole bracket square. Now a square, now this is a and this is b and the square of it. So now what will you do? You know the formula is this one, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So you are going to write here 300 square plus 2ab. 2 into a is what? 300 into 10 plus b square. So 300 square is going to be, this is very easy. You will take the square of this one. And now square means there will be, these are 2 zeros means there is going to be 4 zeros. So that is going to be 9 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you are going to, 2ab means this whole thing you are going to multiply together. So this is going to be plus 6000 plus here, this is going to be 10 square is here. So when you add all this number, it is going to be 96,100. So you can also do one thing to avoid mistakes. You can just add it vertically because many times the zeros are there. So there are chances of making a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will go backwards here 6 and here. So this is going to be 96,100. So do it vertically and then only write the answer. I did it directly. So here 500 plus 8, we are going to use the same formula, means it is going to be 500 square plus 2ab, 2 into 500 into 8 plus 8 square. So here again it is going to be 25 and 4 zeros. 2, 3, 4, plus you will take all together here. So 40, and this is going to be 8,000, and this 8 square is 64. So the answer should be 25, this one 2,58,064. Now this is going to be again 600 plus 30 square. So 600 square plus 2 into 600, or you can also put the multiplication here, into 30 plus 30 square. So 6 6 are 36 and 4 zeros, plus you will take all together this one. So this is going to be 36,000, plus here this is going to be 9. So this is going to be 900. So this should be 396,900. So now here you are going to do here, this they have said using the formula a minus b whole bracket square. That is, the formula is a square minus 2ab plus b, and you have to evaluate this one. So now it is minus. So what are you going to do? You are going to take 200 minus 4. So that is, why did we take like this? It becomes easier for the calculation. So here again you are going to do here 200 square. See here in the formula there is minus here. So minus 2ab. A is 200, b is 4, plus b square. So 200 square is going to be, this is going to be 4 zeros, minus here when you multiply this together, this is going to be 1600 plus here 16. So this is going to be, when you can do it separately and see, 4,000. So now this we can add together. That is going to be 40,016, and from there you are going to subtract 1600. So your answer is going to be 38416. 38416. Now what will you do here? This you are going to do here 700 minus 1 whole bracket square. So this is going to be 700 square minus 2 into 700 into 11, plus here, so it is going to be 7 square means 49 and 4 zeros, minus here you are going to multiply this together. So 14 into 11, that is going to be 154 and 2 zeros, and 11 square means it is going to be 121. So again you will add this together and then subtract this one. So that is going to be 47, 4721. You can just check. Now here 900 minus 9, you can write this square. So 900 minus 9 is going to be 891. So 900 square minus 2ab means 2 into 900 into 9 plus 9 square. So this is going to be 9 9s are 81, minus here when you multiply this together, this is going to be 16 and this is going to be 81. So now when you add this together and then whatever the answer you get, you are going to subtract this from that. So, or you can also do one step over here, 18,000, here you are going to put 2 zeros and 81 minus 16,200, and that is going to be 793881. 793881. So now here they said evaluate. So they here what we can see after looking at this problem, we can see that this is 69 and this is 69 and 71. So what we can do, we can write here, we can use the formula a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. This is the formula what you are going to use here. So now, or you can write it here using a minus b into a plus b is equal to, the formula is a square minus b square. So now see here, what are you going to do here? Why a minus b? We can write as 70 because here is 69 and this is 71. So we can use for 69, we can make it to 70 minus 1. So, and here 70 plus 1. So is it not, this is a minus b and this is a plus b, because a value is 70, b value is 1. So when you have a minus b and a plus b means this is going to be a square minus b square. So now what you can do directly, you can write, because this is a formula, so that is going to be 70 square minus b square means 1 square, that is going to be 70 square means 4900 minus 1, so that is going to be 4899. Now again for this one we can write here 100 minus 6 we can make here, and 100 plus 6. So now this will be a square minus b square. This is a and this is b, a minus b and a plus b. So a square. So 100 square minus 6 square. So this is going to be 234 minus 36. So it should be 9964. Now we are going to evaluate this one again. 88 into 92. So we can write a 90 minus 2. Again, we are going to use the same formula, 90 plus 2. So this will be what? 90 square minus 2 square. So 90 square means 9 9s 81 and 2 zeros. And this will be minus 4. So it should be 8096. Now for this one, we can write 80 minus 2. And here it will be 80 plus 2. So this will go to 80 square minus 2 square. So 8 8s are 64 and 2 zeros minus 4. So this should be 8396. So now here they said, filling the blank, the square of an even number. When we take the square of an even number, so if we take the square of that one, if you take the even number square, so that is going to be 4. So that also is an even number. So it is even we can write. The square of an odd number. So if we take odd number is, suppose we take 3. And if we take the square of it, that is going to be 9. So 9 is an odd number. So we can write the square of an odd number is odd. The square of a proper fraction is dash than the given number. Thus is always less than the given number. N square is equal to the sum of first n, that is the odd natural numbers. Now here they said, write true or false. The number of digits in a perfect square is even. So number of digits in a perfect square is even. So this is going to be the false. Actually, the number of digits in a can be even or it can be odd also. So this is a false one. The square of a prime number is prime. So here this is prime. So it is actually, when you take the square of a prime number, it's not a prime. See here, suppose now prime number we know. Now I take the number 2. 2 is a prime number. If I take a square of it, that is going to be 4. 4 is not a prime number. If I take the 3 square, 3 square is 9. So square of a prime number is not a prime number because 9 is not a prime number. So this is false. The sum of two perfect squares is a perfect square. So if it is there are two perfect squares, a perfect square. So this is going to be false because it is always not possible. In some cases it can be, but it's not always possible. The difference of two perfect squares is a perfect square. Again, this is false because it is not always possible. The product of two perfect squares is a perfect square. So product of two perfect squares is a perfect square. So this is true. So by this one we have completed today's work. Do like and subscribe to my channel so you get the notification of the other parts. Thank you.